guess it's time I did one of my own here for a while. Rosetta wants to join in later. Fine, they'll post the link in our little group chat. But for now, we got a few more things coming in. Basically, the tail end of my little eBay spending spree because we just about used up the tax return. Now we're going to be back to regular paycheck stuff, which means it's going to be a little less frequent. But still. Now that I'm no longer making bad money, this will not be totally infrequent either. So, okay. So we're seeing out what we got here. And let's see what on here. Okay. All right, we got the belt. Yeah, Dr. McCoy has arrived, but the problem is he got here before his clothes did, so. So we got his little belt. And I'm assuming the big one's going to be him, so let's work our way up here. What do we got here? Little ad for Magnus Comics in Maplewood, New Jersey. They're the one that got this item from. Right above Roman Gourmet at the end is the yeah. Hold that up here. So here's your free plug, guys. Focus. So yes, Giant Silent Bob's is not the only comic store in New Jersey. Okay. See what this is all about. The tricorder is on its way, as are the doctor's clothes. But for now, this we got. Okay, this is just a phaser. So that goes to Spock. Might as well break in that one. All right. And with this, Mr. Spock is now complete. Tricorder, phaser, and communicator. So, in fact, down here where something happens. All right. And then the big one. The little savage here. Still didn't quite get it. Okay. This is going to get marks for being well packed. Can't even get into the damn thing, you know. This is a ton of those. Oh, both of us. This could have gone just in the box, but a little extra mile. I like that. And here we go. And there's Dr. McCoy with a slight dink in his chest. And that's no big deal. Can wear a shirt. Drinks are all tight. And here's the wife. His mic is still not working, but okay. So we got Dr. McCoy, and his belt is going to stay in the bag over there. We're just going to put him over here. Close, phaser communicator, and tricorder are on their way. So on that, we'll put it all together and have a big old party. So that concludes the unboxing portion of our program. Now we're just going to hang out for a while. I think I'm, throw a little gaming up.
Oy.
Well, for instance, I just got Wolfenstein 3D on here. It was on sale. Let me just get this pulled up here. But I already installed this. Yeah. Okay. Let's install it then. And let's fire it up. Okay. Now let's get back to Reagan's. Share the screen. Put it there. And then I need to put it in. That. And get out of the way. There we go. All right. Why is it not doing it? Come on. Huh. All right. Come on. Where the heck? All right. This might take a little working out there. Hold on. It's not giving me an option from it was full screen, now it's not. So let's see. That's as wide as that gets. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. All right, let's see if we can. Well, I guess you're stuck with this for a while, so.
Oh.
Somewhere I've got a book that has the entire map.
Mm.
Okay. All right, no hidden doors here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay.
There we go. Now we're gonna have some fun.
Uh-huh.
Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. Someone shooting at me.
Okay, was that all Adolf I just saw?
Oh yeah. This is back in the day when people still had a sense of humor and understood. Hey, these guys are perfect bad guys. Okay, come on. I think that's where it came in. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ooh, recovering Nazi gold. Yeah. And I'm sorry. It's like there's no way you can go around this thing and not say yes, not yeah. See, there's a little paper hanging son of a bitch right there. Okay, yeah. To try and pretend, oh, it's an event. What the hell you think? You little jerk. Yeah.
Oi.
There we go. All right. I'm gonna get some health up here because the health does affect your. The health affects your final bonus when you get to the end here. So. Hi. Yes, I'm afraid we gotta kill the poochie. Look, gentlemen, our objective is very clear. We got one job: killing Nazis. Okay, yeah. So how the hell did I get in here? All right, I think what's the map function on this thing? I don't know. That's not it. Keep in mind, it has been well over 20 years since I played this game, so look, I remember it as well as I do at this point. Here, yep.
It shows how old we are.
And again, in the event they do end up demonetizing there, links down below. Super chats are still available. So yeah. And that's the exit, but I'm pretty sure there is another hint. And again, this, all right. Oh, maybe not. The other way I just came. Okay, there's the exit. So the way out is clear. By the way, anyone's curious about what happens with the barrel there, can be very useful. I guess, or not. Okay, I'm just wasting ammunition. Never mind. I thought it was like Doom. We hit it and it blows up. But now, again, it's been a very long time since I played this game. So let's just get out of here. All right, got it, buddy. Missed a lot of treasure there. So, all right. Because also the thing of whatever health you left the previous level with, that's what you're starting off with.
Mm.
Okay, nothing there. So that's where it came in. Oh, God. There we go. Back to full health.
Ow.
Okay. So we got that. Oh, boy. Okay. Nope, went through there. It's a bit morbid, but a good way to affect it. Where you been? Is there a dead German there? Yeah. Now, how the hell? What? I gotta find out. Where the hell is the map? Oops. Holy shit. Hey, asshole. Ooh, there we go. Okay, we're back to 100% here again. Missed one. I know I'm missing a lot of secret stuff here. All right. Ah, someone shooting at me. And I know there is a map function. I just can't remember where it is. Okay. All right. Ugh. This is why there's a posture check on some of these games. You know, like make sure you sit. Okay. Okay, we're back at the beginning. Let's figure out where we got. Mm-hmm. Oh, hi. And why are you back here, huh? Whoa, I opened one.
Mm.
Oh, you motherfucker. You bitch.
Yep, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Especially got to start over with just a Luger. And I'm down to one bullet. I'm in trouble. Shit. All right, now there's some dog fooders. I'm going the other way. Then again, down to one bullet. Here's where it gets really fun. I have no ammunition. Oh, Jesus, now I got in trouble. You little weasel shit. All right, tell you what, I got to figure shit out here anyway. So, like, why it suddenly stopped being full screen. So, yeah. Yes. Okay. And with that, so we've established, yes, it works.
Hey.
Ow.
Indulging your inner child, honey.
Yeah, well, hey, like I said, Rosetta's not the only one to do retro gaming. Let's see what else we got here. Fire up Epic game launcher here. And well, Doom. All right. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, let me go and fire up stuff on the side here. So ostensibly follow the chat at least. Okay. Okay, now. All right. Well, we haven't been demonetized yet because it's still running out. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and actually get in the game. And let's turn the phone down. And where the hell do you mute this? All right, got the... There we go. All right, in case somebody actually shows up. All right. New game. I don't want to get too weird though. All right. Fortunately, you can't look up or down. So it's like it's old. It is old school here. So. We're gonna get as many good as you can for sure. Jeez. Creep. Guess I'm full up on bullets. Huh. And I'm committed. So. And
Oh.
yeah.
You being a big dweeb today?
Oh, something like that.
Gotta stick to what you're best at. Oh, honey, I forgot the pearls in the car.
Yeah. Now, how the hell
I've
did you
got
get up
a
there?
migraine from hell today, and I've been fluttery
Ugh.
and sick. So I'm
There
gonna
we go.
blame.
Oh,
I'm
dang
just gonna blame the haters randomly. It's their fault. They're toxic.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
My husband just sit there like, okay,
Uh-huh. All right.
I got this. You play. What's a co-host for except for helping let people in and out while you can do your game?
Well, yeah.
That's kind of one of the best reasons to
Yeah.
have one when you do gaming
Oh, yeah.
streams.
Oh, yeah. The whole point of it, yeah.
Sound took a crap on me, so I had to back out and come back
Mhm.
All
in.
right. Okay. Where's someone I can use this on? No, not today.
It's time for me to have some punch.
Yeah.
You know how I do this.
Oh, yeah.
Large, copious amounts of ice, fruit flavored flavor blends that are too
Mhm.
potent to drink on their own. Pour it
Yeah.
over the ice with a can of cream soda,
Uh-huh.
which is diet A&W.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in this, no carbs, no calories, very little of the artificial sweeteners, even
Did I
mostly
forget to
just
throw some
flavor.
switches?
It's very nice. You can do a punch
Well,
with very little guilt.
I think I forgot to throw a switch or two.
And when I mix it, I get the better portion of 60 ounces of fluid.
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
And how many times have you guys seen me sipping these down in these cups?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
How the hell?
I've seen people complaining that Skittles is talking about releasing their own drinks in the gas stations and bottles, and they're like, why was this sound awful? It's like, I don't know, because you don't have taste. They've had flavor shot for drink mixes for years, and they're some of the most popular drink shots in the world. Hold on. I'm like, what do you have, no taste or no brains? I mean, hi, Steamy.
Yeah.
All I had was no taste and no
That's it.
brain. And hey, Stevie, that's nice
All
sound.
right.
I'm sorry if it sounded like I was saying that about you. I wasn't, but that makes
Yeah.
it funnier.
Yeah, I think I've forgotten too much about this game.
So I got
too
something
nice
new
to be said
today
about
because
me.
of all this.
Yeah.
Because of
Just don't
all the
get it.
sales I got something new today.
Nice.
So one moment, and I'll show you guys. These were in the.
Is it appropriate for younger eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Of course it is. I'm a good girl. I'm not some flesh peddler. We all know who those are.
I mean, you're helping millions of men, aren't you? You know what I mean? If any of them ever get attacked by an inflatable doll, you can use one of your devices to pop it.
You got to watch them; they'll turn on you. Yeah.
Well, see this? To all my haters out there, I got this as a gift today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what all this is? These are all real pearls.
Whoa.
Looks like you've been to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, except for times like 1,000 plus on the value.
And not having to flash your tits to get them.
Uh-huh.
I don't get that.
Oh, yes and no. My husband bought them for me as a gift.
There we go.
Yes and no. My husband bought them for me as a gift. So
you kind of did, yeah. Yeah.
These are my beads.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it, bitches. I mean, they're pretty pearls, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get off the phone here. All right.
But I don't have time to make anything with these till I get back from my trip in a few weeks. I have to finish all the other projects.
Ow.
So these are going to go into a little bin to be worked on when I come home.
Mm-hmm.
But 10 strands of different high-end pearls.
Already planning more work for yourself.
Always.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't do still well.
Yeah. Did a little unboxing earlier. Got,
Also, I found this one. This
mhm.
is more pearl.
Yeah.
I'm not showing anybody what I paid for that. We'll just say I got it at a garage sale.
Mhm.
I verified it's real pearl, and yes, I know how to tell.
Mhm.
And it is. And let's just say I think some people would flip a fit if they knew how little I paid for it.
Mhm. Actually, I should
I'm a happy girl.
get a little feedback going here because there's a few deliveries today. Dr. McCoy, his little Starfleet skivvies. There's
Basically, I got 11 new strands of pearls today.
Yeah, got his belt and also a phaser. So now Spock is complete. Now we're just waiting on the rest of them here.
By the way, those strands of pearls have an average retail value of over $40 a strand.
Wowzers!
Yeah.
And that's just for the beads on their own through discount. Granted, that's not what I paid. There's no way that we paid, even with him getting me a gift, over $400. Let's be honest, almost $460 with tax and everything for 11 strands of pearls.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you, we didn't even pay a fourth of the value.
Mm-hmm.
I got spoiled. Suck it, hater. Suck a big fat one.
Okay,
I streamed the other night. And I averaged almost 70 viewers through the whole stream between my 3 stream locations. I'm getting more support, which I'm sure enrages my haters to no end, which is why I have to keep bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
My life is better than your life. My life is better than yours. It's so sad. It's so sad. My life is better than yours.
Sounds just like Mary Poppins.
Next time, we'll like an Old dog food commercial.
One of us.
My life's better than yours. My life's better than yours. My life's better because I get generation.
You're going to keep torturing me, aren't you, Steamy?
Oh, yes.
Saw it off, fucker.
Top of the morning to you, Mom.
Oh, we're going to study a pickle leprechaun. Well, it's the number right.
Morning? Not even over here. What the fuck are you on?
Let's say, has the gnome arrived? Started doing the leprechaun stuff.
You know if he's here.
Saturday.
What else?
Saturday, he probably won't be here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bail.
He's not usually around on Saturday or Friday.
How can you tell?
Be nice.
I'm always nice.
He's really.
No, you fucking aren't.
I am. This is me being nice.
Winnie the Pooh shall be the puppy all stuffed with things. Winnie the Pooh.
Sounds like a joke. Winnie the Pooh and Mary Poppins in the same room.
It's a Disney weekend, kids. Okay. Sitting on the way, pants on the way, tracker on the way, shirts on the way, and the phaser and communicator on the way. So.
Funny because when you talk about purchasing the clothes for the action figures, I always think you're Christmas shopping for Lydian.
Just because it's his channel doesn't mean I like you making fun of my friend when he's not here.
Oh, we like the gnome.
Yes.
I know, but
like
it's not fair to take cheap shots at somebody who's not here to give you a shot back.
It's the best way, though, isn't it?
Okay, so let's see if I can.
I know he's usually around.
Lurking somewhere under the table.
Oh, what was that really old show? Is it like Land of the Giants or something with all the little people in?
Stop.
Hmm. There we go.
What the fuck is wrong with the people in my life, and why are they in my life?
To keep it interesting.
I don't need help with that, for fuck's sakes. I was struck by lightning last year.
Really?
And so, yes, really.
No joke.
And for something, no, it was kind of bizarre.
In the right leg. In fact, it hit the ground, arced around my husband, around my car the other direction, and hit me in the leg.
Oh, God.
So it's like this was not just this is personal. This one saw
I got
her out.
struck around items under a fucking carport.
Holy shamoly.
Mm-hmm. No, the general joke is, is this going to be her superhero origin story or her supervillain origin story?
I'm leaning towards Bill.
At this point, yeah.
Actually, several people were involved in pulling a bunch of my friends and asking which it was going to be. One of the ones behind some of this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
who was telling everybody this was going to be my supervillain arc, was fucking Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise. I told him, I went, no kidding, I was struck by lightning. He goes, no, I believe you. Just curious. How long before you turn into a supervillain?
Yeah.
I was like,
Where the hell has that son of a bitch been?
You need to start pressuring him again for a karaoke stream.
well, his birthday was a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how old he is now. Older than me. That's all I care.
19, 20.
I'm
Older-
the young, fresh-faced one out of this group. Let's ignore what my actual age is, and I'm the young, fresh-faced one in this group.
Mm-hmm.
One of my cameras
I'll
died.
always agree with you because you scare me.
One of my cameras died.
Okay. That's it.
Oh, rats.
My action shot camera, my little one.
Ugh.
Bummer.
I'm pissy. It won't work. I can't even directly plug it in and get it to run and charge anymore.
Mm.
And it's not the battery because it's doing it to every freaking battery in every system.
Mm.
And if I leave a battery in it and don't have it plugged in, it drains in a few hours.
Oy.
And repairing batteries in cameras is more expensive than replacing the cameras.
Yeah.
So, where are the evil ones?
In the other room, while I sit here and contemplate how the fuck I'm supposed to replace a $600 camera. That's vital for my eagle shots I get of them flying and in action.
Yeah. That's kind of crucial.
Just so anybody knows, I'm happily taking any donations on my channel right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I still have to put a decent chunk of money out to help my mom out in a few weeks.
Yeah. I will try to have huge little chats with, kids says. She's, still full on martyr mode right now, but she's talked down to never coming back to just not coming back for a while. So, the point out, you are welcome. Just behave yourself, okay? Don't try and steer the conversation.
And if you do and people get into the conversation, don't get upset that they do.
Mm-hmm.
That was what was weird. It's like, you started this conversation.
That's the thing. She, thought she'd had her say, but no, there's got to be a response, especially when it's not your stream. Okay.
And I say this with love.
Yeah. And
I know what it's like to be a control freak, autistic mind who doesn't want to hear what other people have to say. I swear I may have done things like that to Anthony a few times. I'm just fucking saying. I mean, but I know it's not a good idea.
I had to remind you why interrupting you is not a good thing. Beyond the being rude, but because you derail a trail of thought and you will hear about it in no uncertain terms.
I mean, she could have that umbrella out and be flying at you in seconds.
But I think about the thing about the gripe about the school system. No, you didn't have it good because again, you point out yours was a rather bizarre circumstance. Most of us don't have that many family members working in the school system to contribute to this kind of stupid stuff shit happening. You know?
And also, when you have somebody talking to you who's both had family issues happen in the school system
Mm-hmm.
and also been through the private schools for natives and the shit they did,
Yeah.
you have somebody with a more colorful school history
Yeah.
who can tell you the pros and cons of private school, public school, and homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
Oi.
Besides the fact I've been doing inner city outreach and rescue for almost 20
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
So I've dealt with a lot of these situations and I've seen a lot of kids get screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust governments.
Mhm.
Gee, I mean, it's such a rarity for a native not to trust the government. I mean, Reagan's
No.
line stole from the natives. We said it to him and he repeated it. Let's be honest.
Hand in your guns. The Great White Father will protect you. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And that was the most feared words to any native are, we're from the government and we're here to help.
Mm-hmm.
He got that from us. We told him. And it's one of the things he said that we actually liked that he said.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It's absolutely fucking real. We
Mm-hmm.
fucking hate new government. I mean,
For damn good reason.
yeah. But my ranting about urban Indians, I do that routinely.
Mm-hmm.
And I have always said it's a fucking slur. And it's one we
Yeah.
created
Mhm.
about our own people. So if you
No.
have a problem with it, I suggest you kindly fuck off. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think there's a single native who, if you said, don't say urban Indian, would look at you and go, oh, you're right. I'm being rude to them. We'd look at you and go, who the fuck are you? And why do we fucking care what you think, you fucker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And do I seem like I would say words like that?
Yeah. It's like, who are you in this fight again?
Remember, I was rewatching some of the wars that different big celebrity YouTubers and celebs have had with the vegan teacher. One of the ones tracked down a video she did years ago,
Oh boy.
which was her spelling out the N word with attributes and then panning over and applying it to a black doll.
Okay.
And saying, yeah, does this word apply to her? Absolutely. The vegan teacher is a white woman named Karen. And she's trying to call minorities slurs. And we shouldn't censor saying these words, but she thinks she should be able to censor anybody who won't read it.
Okay. It's one thing when George Carlin does a routine calling Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. You know, because he's making a point. They're just words, people. They're just
Also,
words.
they were his friend. They
Yes.
didn't hate him for it. There's a
Exactly.
difference.
Yeah.
This wasn't literally picking up a doll of a little black girl and calling
Yeah.
her that word and putting thought behind why she should be that word.
Yeah.
It's like that ooh, you fucking racist piece of shit. I mean,
I usually it's called like mammy dolls or something, but nothing. You can't go there with these things. Good God.
and I'm not a fan of censorship, but A, I don't believe it should apply to her trying to censor or go after people for not being vegan either.
No.
B, that doesn't mean she's not racist for what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she has a technical right to do it doesn't mean it's not racist.
It's kind of making me regret not eating that quarter pounder I had earlier on camera. You know, like, come on, bring it on, bitch.
That's the thing is she tried to pick a fight a couple of years ago with Gordon Ramsay,
Oh.
and he found out about the video. So first of all, he's in the video laughing while he's sitting there eating a piece of lettuce. And she goes, and you're probably going to call me a donkey for this. He pulls the lettuce out and goes, no, vegan donkey. And then as she finishes the video, he reaches over, picks up a giant burger, and starts going like this at it in his response to her. It's like, although came to PewDiePie, she was weirdly simping and even slipped and called him PewDiePie. While he's making fun of it, going, "I'm not vegan, bitch. What are you talking about?" It's like everything he responded to was some of the creepy stuff people do with animals. And she's like going, "Look at," he's like, "No, he thinks this stuff is wrong." He's like, "Bitch, I'm not on your side." And he looks at the end of the video and she's trying to say, "Be vegan," because he's doing it. He's going, "No, I'm the superior thing to vegan, a pescatarian, because fuck them fishes." And it's like, and I'm sitting there laughing. It was like, she was like creepy simpy for him. It was like, oh my God. I don't know why I find watching the videos of people destroy that insane psycho bitch funny, but I do. But there's like video footage of her getting in an Uber and spending the entire drive berating the driver and calling him all kinds of vulgar things. Because how dare you eat types of meat as a Muslim? And do you think it'd be different if you were raised Christian and other stuff? And he's actually being really nice, going, "Look, I don't want to get into a religious or political debate with people. I don't want, I'm just trying to do my job. Please leave me alone." The whole time. And she's attacking his race, his religion, his culture, what he eats, everything, while recording him. That is psycho. I'm sitting there going, she's very openly bigoted. And you don't have to agree with somebody's culture or religion. I've told you the issues I have with that whole movement and culture.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean every person in it is those problems, and there are reformers. And even if you do think somebody's not a good one, you don't fucking go and harass them when they're just doing their job. There's things that are just wrong to do, you know?
Oh God, now what? What? Hold on.
It's some of the funniest shit. I can watch the videos of people torturing her for hours. I mean, she's so freaking bigoted and cringe. It's so funny to watch her squirm.
Yeah.
I know, I'm so sweet and so kind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like these kinds of insane bigots.
I know.
Don't like these head cases.
Now,
like
what do you
them.
want? Hold on. Oh.
I had a rough night. Didn't sleep well. I'm fluttery and ticky and weird. And I've got so much work to do, but I'm just trying to get myself together to do it. It is what it is. But how have you been today, Steamy?
I don't know. It's had a bit of a down day the last couple of days. Just feeling a bit off.
Yeah, I get that, actually. Honestly, I think that's why I started watching all the videos of them torturing the vegan teacher. I like watching bitches who deserve it suffer. It's therapeutic to me when I'm in a pissed off, fuck the world mood.
Yeah. For me, it's crime dramas. I would like podcasts, real true crime and stuff like that.
Yeah. Said every stereotypical Brit fucking out there.
Yeah.
I haven't found a Brit yet who isn't obsessed with crime dramas. They even fucking played on that with Jane Leeves and Frasier, talk about her being into crime dramas as a Brit.
It's just the thing about Brits. It really is as well. Everyone I know likes true crime. It's just, I don't know, interesting.
Maybe it's because of the upbringing I had or some of the crazy shit I dealt with, I don't want to watch that stuff when I'm trying to relax. Dark humor, fine, but serious, it gets into it. And I've watched some of that stuff. In fact, there was a couple shows my mom and I used to watch, which was one was I Married What? And it was literally about women who found out they're married to like kidnappers, serial killers, and shit like that. And the background of how the guy hid it.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But I mean, I've never been as into that stuff, generally speaking. I'd rather watch like accidents in the ER and reporting on the crazy, stupid shit people do to their bodies than crime dramas myself. But
I'll tell you one of
that
the
way,
things, right?
that way
I'm
the one
totally hooked
suffering
on watching.
What did you say?
Right. I'll tell you one of the things I'm hooked on watching, right? But it's really disgusting. You ready?
Okay.
Pimple popper.
Yeah.
Ew.
Watching them pop cysts and drain cysts and
Yeah,
things like that. I love all that thing.
Ick. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll sit eating food watching them. I just love it. I love all that gory stuff like that.
And speaking of somebody with a cystic condition who's had to sit there and drain my own at times to function, I don't want to watch that. It's not a pleasant experience. So that's why I like accidents. Idiots in the ER who did stupid shit and injured themselves. Max X kind of shit. I like where the people hurting and suffering fucking deserve it because they're being stupid douchewads. Because then it's like watching dumb tourists. I could watch them for hours and just sit there going, you fuck me. Oh, that reminds me. I had an image. Where I'd put my phone. Fucking fucker, fucker, fuck, fucker, 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 fuck, 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 fuck. Fucking fucker, 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 fuck. It kind of reminded me. The picture I swiped from my mother the other night, which should tell you something, which was started in the Turon group that me and her helped run, which should tell you kind of where this picture is.
Well, I need to just figure out how to install this thing. Because again, no CD drive, so I gotta do roundabout shit.
I'll open it up after I post it in the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this installed. I'll be a happy camper.
So, to those who want to know why I'm talking about the image, this.
Oh God.
This is the kind of shit I like to see. I like to see idiots get their comeuppance.
Yeah, go up next to that buffalo. Say what happens there. You know, and the thing just there.
Bison.
That thing, but they're talking tourists here. Get over there next to that buffalo there. I want to get a picture of this in here. You go and try and pet him. You know, and they go, this is too easy. Boom!
Hey, did you see that? I still think bison have contests to see how far they can throw the tourists into the trees.
Oh, I'm sure that's the new pastime. Yeah.
I was like, hey, did you see the distance I got on that one? Look at the lift.
Yeah.
I mean,
play is a part of of mammal. We're wired to it.
Why do you think we procreate? I mean,
which also kind of goes, why do you idiots, trying to destroy, playtime? It's like we're.
Also, fuck Matt Walsh.
We're genetically engineered for this shit. Okay.
You're not on the side of gamers. You're a poser ass bitch who's for censorship in almost every form.
Yeah.
He calls himself a theocratic fascist on his fucking headline on his page.
Yeah.
Fuck that asshole.
Yeah. Jeremy Gamer is calling him out on a thing. Come on.
And if you go look at his feed right now, it's nothing but him whining, playing victim, that we aren't kissing his ass for him saying something nice to us. It's like, bitch, fuck you.
I've gotten a couple of likes on my response. No, you have a right to say what you want. But you also have an obligation to do a little research first. And so, I don't know, Look like you know what you're talking about when you start talking about this shit. Otherwise, you're just exposing your ignorance for everyone.
You know, he's supposed to be against exposing things to everyone as
Exactly. So that
as
really,
a
you
proper student and child of the Satanic Panic. He's supposed to be against that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I really, really fucking detest Walsh.
There's a Professor of Rock video talking about the backmasking nonsense and trying to go after Jeff Lynne for something. Look, it's hard enough working at lyrics to work right forward. Trying to work backwards, forget it.
Tug isn't even arguing with him. He's just posting screenshots of anti-gamer shit that Walsh has said in the past to him. I like Tug's approach to it.
Yeah.
Like, this was you. Why are we supposed to believe you? It's like, yeah. It's okay to acknowledge that just because somebody says something that sounds true doesn't mean they're not a lying piece of shit that's full of it. Or just this rare broken clock moment when they say something halfway insightful. Doesn't make them less of a piece of shit. It's like we live in this cult of personalities where you're supposed to bend over backwards and kiss somebody's rear the second they agree with you on something. It's like, I'm sorry, that's not how reality works.
Oh. Ow.
So I'm having this moment. I'll call it crazy, call it a number of things. I was not able to sleep.
Yeah.
For hardly anything. I did get to see some eagles today.
Okay.
That's because the shop where I can get the grab bags of pearls is in another city. We weren't that close when we bought those. In fact, we were down further away than when I go pick up Netcat.
Oh. Why is this wobbling so much?
Well, I need to go hang out with Netcat again.
Let's get his ass in here.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about streaming. I'm talking about go hang out with him.
Oh, okay. That's a physical presence.
Yeah, we go hang out a lot. He doesn't live that far from me. If I drive the fast route, it's just over half an hour to get to his place from mine.
All right.
Not very far, is it?
Not really, no. Not in your part of the area, country, no.
No, that's time frame.
Yeah.
Actually, distance is further than it'd be most places for that time frame.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting to the city areas, you're going a lot less distance in that time than you are in the outskirts. But we're also not in the sticks either. He's down in the college city, and I'm up here in the second largest city in the state. So it's not like we're exactly in small cities.
No.
They're not large cities. They're not small. They're mid.
But not exactly the Denver metro area where,
I would want to off myself if I was in the Denver metro area. Sorry.
No, one of the organizations we're working with kept trying to push us into Denver. I've lived in Denver. I don't want to live in Denver anymore. Okay.
And all of a sudden, a line from Last Man Standing popped into my head where she was trying to convince him to send her to Laguna Beach for college instead of UC Denver. And one of her arguments was, you look out the window at Laguna Beach, you see the ocean. You look out your window at at UC Denver, and you see Denver. It's like,
It's a nice area. Okay, the south side is not. Not like you're stuck in Lodo or something. For God's sake, come on.
She still had a point. I mean,
I know. But...
I like that show, anyways.
Yeah. No, I've been down to UC Denver campus. It's not a bad area. There's a Ben and Jerry's down there. Within walking. Lots of stuff there.
Most college campuses are not bad. They do a lot to try to make it look nice to appeal to sending your kids there for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the hillbilly sticks, the college city areas are pretty fancy usually compared to the rest.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying for the fucking anus for that fancy. I mean,
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it's like nowadays, it's like, what are you paying for? It's like,
Look, I get there are some jobs where they really do need all of that education. Like my husband's, you need.
Yeah.
He had to study quantum physics, DiffyQ, upper mechanics, all this stuff, all these classes that he starts listing them, and I'm sitting there going,
You lost me at quantum. Yeah.
And I'm watching this video the other night of one of the YouTubers going, no, people who say they like math only ever really like algebra. They don't like hard, complicated math. I'm like, allow me to introduce you to my husband.
Mm-hmm. Algebra is why I never finished college. Okay.
He is right. Most people who claim that they love math, they love starter algebra or some geometric stuff that's pretty simple, stuff like that. When you start getting to the really complicated stuff, it's only a few hardcore nerds that are left.
Well, geometry I enjoyed. That's fun with geometry. But algebra, it's
and it depends on the math nerd which one they prefer.
I'm lucky I graduated high school.
There's a point too when you get beyond the basic realms of math, the really complicated stuff. There's only a few that are the true mathlete types.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very, very small pickings of a community.
Yeah.
My husband's one of them. Bless his heart. And the stuff he tells me. And I'm sitting there going, honey, I don't understand you. And I don't fucking care. And I try not to say that to him because he's a sweet little Christian boy who doesn't like swearing. And he's married to me and my Tourette's.
It's like, when you translate this into English, let me know.
To be fair, that glazed over, I don't fucking care look that I have when he starts getting into math and programming and quantum physics and shit. He has on his face when I start getting into language, history, sociology, the development of mythology, and complex, obscure words and languages and stuff. And I start talking about that stuff, and he's sitting there like,
would you be interested in seeing more of that Planet Word series that I showed there?
Probably, actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna dig up the link on that. It's our man in Scotland. In the opinion, try before you buy. So, and he has got all 5 episodes up. So we pull that up here.
It's literary. And I am very, very, very much a literature nerd. I really, really am.
Here we go.
And that's the other thing. I know more about proper and complicated English, traditional Old English, how the language developed, what it was developed for, the Latin roots and Greek roots and all that stuff that any Brit I've met, no offense, Steamy.
Okay. Lincoln Private.
Well, you're Brit, so you know what I mean. I don't mind getting insulted by a fellow Brit.
I am not. Quit trying to make me one of you. I'll never be one of you.
You are. I can't make you because you already are.
No, right.
Sheila.
Okay, what's this one? Yeah, got that. And then that's the phaser. Got that. And then
Stevie,
that's the
do you know
belt.
what an off button for your fucking mouth is?
Funny enough, you're not the first person to ask me that.
I can imagine I wouldn't be.
Keep in mind, she does have full, administrative capability here, including the ability to mute and boot. So, it's,
Oh, but
I'm
I
just
don't
lucky that I'm tall. Nobody can reach the off button.
yeah.
What?
I said I'm just lucky that I'm so tall. Nobody can reach the off button.
Men's off buttons are very low. You just punch there and trust me, their mouth it's working.
Mhm. Okay.
At which point Robert's just sitting there going, I ain't touching that comment.
I'm nearly clearing out email that I've just piled up over the last few hours. Uh, hmm. All right.
Besides, I could fail one very basic British test. I hate the C word. I failed Brits and Australians very hard with that one.
But you love tea. That's like the prerequisite of being British.
It's also the
Oh,
prerequisite of being native here. We've been brewing our own teas since before we knew anything about Chinese and English teas existing. It's part of my culture.
Yeah, but I'm British. So we took what we wanted. That's what British people do from all around the world.
Yes, there are Elgin Stones. You can't have them back. No.
See, right now he's admitting that they really are the colonizers that took from everybody.
Of course we are.
So then where's my reparations, you fucking fat? I mean,
It's in the mail.
Take it up with Washington.
I want to make Brits pay through the nose. You're the fuckers who became so ultra psychotic on controlling which people were allowed to have faith that they came over here and infected this country with your British bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
There's probably something wrong with me, but oh well. I just refer back to the joke that they had on Torkelson's when I was growing up. When she was talking to the native guy from the res about Thanksgiving. So wait, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving at all? Well, I mean, it was supposed to be a going away party for you people, but you never left.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be kind of an obvious thing. Why would Indians want to celebrate Thanksgiving? Okay.
That's really not a holiday that's for us.
No, it's not really something really thankful for. You know, like, oh dear, they stayed.
It's like, well, there goes the neighborhood. I mean, and if Bob didn't get that, he fails part of the knowledge of a Trekkie.
Well, hold on.
That was the big fucking punchline. Even the way I delivered it was the big fucking punchline and highly illogical when Nimoy did the song as Spock.
Ow, ow, ow.
How you fucking missed that?
I'm doing shit on the side. I missed it. What was it again now?
I did the, well, there goes the neighborhood.
No, they're more like Spaceballs, wasn't it?
No, it's highly illogical from Leonard Nimoy. I predict
Oh, that.
the future
Oh,
of this
but what-
ghastly human race is that
Mhm.
having made a mess of Earth, they'll move to outer space.
Okay, yeah. I've only heard that thing maybe twice. Okay.
That one, he was literally doing that as part of the Spock character.
Yeah, I know. It's on his, Mr. Spock's Music from Outer Space, album.
I love that fucking song, actually. And
Mm.
honestly, Nimoy sang better than Shatner ever did.
Well, yeah, you could carry a tune even if it wasn't a bucket. So, Okay.
And let's be honest, most comedy singers weren't really the greatest singers.
No.
That's not what made their songs charming.
Yeah, and Shatner said he's not a singer. He does more dramatic performance of it. He'll be able to do singing. That's why he does the sort of dramatic reading type thing.
Which nobody ever should have told him, yeah, that's a good idea. They should have looked at him and went, are you on drugs? It is that era.
Mm-hmm.
I am such a fan of Shatner and so many things, but he never should have fucking done that stuff.
Yeah. The man is fearless acting. He'll take on any acting challenge. He will do whatever, And if it falls flat in his face, hey, whatever. Not everything works. Mackie put up a video here. Might behoove us to take a look at it. Well, part of it is just, reaction to the blow up on there. But let's see what's going on here.
Oh, I'm just going to get the air cleared here because there was an incident yesterday that pissed me off to no avail. I was on a live stream with another streamer, and she's a good person. She really is. I guess that stream ended up lasting like forever, so we're not going to go there. But I had brought up the fact that I watched a documentary about an American teacher who went to check out European schools and why European schools seem to be doing it right as to where the American education system is pretty much failing. So I thought it was going to be, I was going to mention, hey, I saw this. This is what I saw. I thought it was pretty cool. Move on. No, this launched this individual into a 10-minute rant about the schools she went to and everything else.
I was not ranting.
Because I was not having it. I was not in the mood yesterday for any bullshit. I had a shit ton of other stuff I really wanted to
talk about. A discussion.
I had good stuff I wanted to talk about. But no, I got wrapped up into this horse crap. And then when I finally announced to her, well, I've had you muted since you started because frankly, I thought this discussion would be over with in a couple minutes. And instead you've dragged it out into something that it's not supposed to be. And you've gone off about this other stuff, which is fine, well and good. We all have our opinions. But the thing is I'm sorry you had a bad time in school. I'm sorry that's what happened.
Let's pause there for a moment.
That's not all I said at all.
Yeah, well,
Pointing
yeah,
out
she had you muted, so
system.
She had you muted, so
And I actually pointed out the positives that exist in the school system too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I pointed out that as somebody who's been through the multiple types of schooling, that doesn't mean that the diatribe, which wasn't, it was actually intellectually and calmly stated.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything is somebody ranting or raving just because they're talking about a topic.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I have talked to her about just not just you or me, but just in general. To go into someone else's stream and start trying to steer the discussion is not good. It's considered a major violation of etiquette.
We were having a really fun conversation when she came in. She brought up education, so we went into that conversation because I was including her.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back here.
But the kick with me is the school district where I attended. My maternal grandparents were both teachers. My granddad was the principal of the school. He was also their math teacher. My grandmother taught remedial English at a school, which was great. They're both heroes of mine. The problem is they were teachers in the same said school district I was attending. I was in special ed classes because I was bored stiff in the other classes. Everybody thought I was retarded. And what the teachers at my school knew was happening behind the closed doors of my sadistic mother and her husband's house. My grandparents did not. And in order to protect my grandparents, the very people who should have been calling CPS and getting me the hell out of there threw a big fuzzy ass blanket over it to protect my grandparents and continue to let me suffer the abuse at the hands of both of those assholes.
That's something I pointed out to her just to, maybe about an hour or so. We were giving her a mail. That's not a typical. There's a very bizarre circumstance. Normally, most people don't have parents who are teachers in their own school district, and thus causing this kind of weird political thing where we don't want to offend them. But
Grandparents, but yeah. And
yeah.
my grandmother was a teacher full time. She even taught on the reses.
My mom was a fourth grade teacher for 30-some years. Like, they had real fun when I hit fourth grade. And I was having problems because that's when they changed the math situation.
My husband's grandmother, who's we keep visiting because she's been fighting on death's door of cancer for a long time. Mm-hmm. She's a retired teacher of 50 years in the fucking Riverside and LA school system fighting it. Mm-hmm. Really? He was born on the outskirts of LA. Yeah. I have family involved in education in multiple levels in cities and states, and that's why I was willing to get into the conversations because it's something I actually have a passion for and care about. Yeah. And believe that we can make much better. Mm-hmm. I wasn't even angry at her. I was stating a few opinions and going, this is where I think we can find some common ground. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't get why she thinks I was ranting or anything.
Well, yeah, you started going on, so she's muted you. Well, then she didn't hear half the shit you said anyway. So.
Forever. Until I finally moved out at the age of 22. Now, I understand people going on crusades for rights and everything. But the kick is she does this and then she yells at me for speaking during her streams. You know what?
No. I don't yell at her for speaking during
You didn't get to hear my side of the story.
I yell at her when she interrupts me repeatedly when I'm trying to say something real quick. I want to hear the other opinions. I want the rebuttal, but I want to finish my current sentences when they happen. And if she wants to have this conversation, have it with me.
Yeah, and I told her that why you do not interrupt Rosetta, because you disrupt the train of thought and everything goes to hell in a handbasket at that point. No.
I understand it's easy to get sidetracked. It's easy to get sidelined. That's why I said repeatedly, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to yell. Just let me finish my thought real quick. I would like to hear you. Mm-hmm. It's autistic versus autistic, and we're not in the same part of the spectrum. This is why I hate that they've tried to link them together.
Yeah.
Because when you're sticking canners and emotional autism up against people in the Asperger's side, we don't fucking think alike.
No.
Story. You didn't get to hear what I wanted to say. So now I may have lost a friend friends of 20 plus years because of this individual.
No, you have not, you dumbass.
My life has been upended because of this individual. And while she is a good person, and I'm sorry, your hormone therapy is taking over your world right now.
No. You do not do quotation marks on that.
No.
Huh?
Warning people that I have issues where I have trouble controlling and tics anyways, and I'm on hormone therapy, which makes it harder to control them. It's not saying it's taking over my world. It's warning people it's a little harder to control things.
We're entering this phase again. We'll, bear with us.
Of us should
Wait a
be
minute.
allowed to
Is that not her live?
Also.
Hmm?
No.
Is that not her live? No. All right.
No, that she put this up a while ago.
I'm done hiding my religion from you people. I am a practicing Satanist. And you know what? That's fine in my world. I'm not going to sit here and fall in line with the Christian ideologies because you're having to do Christian things for the week. It doesn't work that way. I'm done covering up. Okay. I'm sick of the two-party affiliation. I'm sick of the political climate. I'm sick of people telling me that, this is this and this is that. Fine. I'll just become a socialist because you know what? Oh, funny enough, socialists want basically the equivalent of a perfect paradise. So get over your goddamn selves.
Yeah, a little bit on that. Doesn't
Check
exist.
the reservations.
Yeah.
They're socialists.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how good that works?
It doesn't.
And again,
Mhm.
when did everybody try to tell her to hide her beliefs? When did anybody
No
try
one.
to tell her she couldn't speak her mind on that?
No.
Have
no.
I even had any issue with her talking about her tarot or her other stuff on the air, even though it's against
Mhm.
my culture and beliefs?
Yeah. No, she's almost hired a pentagram under the shirt. Well, where is it now?
I've never asked anybody to hide shit like
the
that.
perfect counterpoint to that, we pull it out and put it, show it off.
I've never asked anybody to hide
No.
shit like that on my streams.
No.
I've had Anthony on to talk about pagan rites and stuff and
Mhm, yeah.
rituals.
Mm-hmm.
I've had frickin' Walton on talking about his
Oh yeah, he's
Wait,
big.
pagan rituals and shit before.
Mhm.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with somebody's faith in order to
Mhm.
respect that they have a right to it.
Yeah. But again, she's had a steam going here. She felt, because she hadn't been hurt, and she's going to get hurt. So
I'm not
wasn't
going to sit
hurt.
here and keep throwing my lot behind Democrat or Republican or anything because neither party is making me happy. They're too busy comparing their dicks to each other to getting actual work done. So now we've got a drug problem. We have a homelessness problem. The education system is shit. The roads are still crap around here. I live in a city that took away my driver's license, which was perfectly valid with no tickets, literally for the last 10 years, and gave me a learner's permit and is now forcing me to pay a private school money I can't really afford to take a driving test that I have to go then pay them $35 to give me back.
yeah, I'm wondering about that one. 'Cause, again, that was also kind of why we had emphasis to get back here before my license expired.
By the way,
So I get that it's a simple renewal. And
by the way,
Mhm.
where am I different on this one? How much have I bitched about the
I know.
two-party
Yeah.
system and hating both sides and stuff? I'm
Yeah.
closer to her on this than you.
Yeah,
And I'm actually the one who's usually defending her viewpoint when you're arguing with her on this shit on air.
yeah. I'd say it's not necessarily a wrong viewpoint. It's not really realistic, but it's the way things tend to, we did not have parties in this country starting off. They didn't want political parties. Because what happened in England with the Tories and whatever, and Whigs and everything. That's the way things polarize out after time. People go right or left, and
diatribe,
they
as she said, for
Yeah.
minutes and minutes. I literally paused over and over and tried to get her response because I
Yeah.
wanted her opinion.
Yeah, a lot of us trying to get her attention, but she had you muted. So, sorry.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I was never taking over anything. And again, she brought up something that wasn't even the topic at the time. And I was, okay, we'll talk about that some.
And it's not really
Absolutely
taking over
open to it.
when it's your stream in the first damn place.
I've never yelled at her for speaking. I've yelled at her for interrupting when I'm trying to finish a sentence and I lose my train of thought. And I yell when anyone does that because it trips my issues. And I've told everybody that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, she's backed off the ledge a little bit as far as just pulling up the drawbridge and then burning it.
And everybody, well, smoking and driving is not a right. No, they're not a right. But the kick in the pants is a lot of cities you cannot get around unless you have a valid driver's license because the rapid transit systems are not great.
I actually called that out in
So
that
now I
same
got to
rant.
pay all
I
this
said.
money to go get this back. To get back something I've had since I was 16.
And I've also called
And
out what they did to
that
her.
also then brings me to yet another point. We all are going to have different varied opinions on women's reproductive health. Do I believe that girls should be using it as a form of birth control? No. I think what needs to happen is mommy needs to step up and stop being a twit and start teaching her child to keep her knees closed. You don't want to end up in an abortion clinic? Then keep your pants up around your ankles. Tell the boy at school who's pressuring you, the answer is no. And if he can't accept fucking no, then go tell it to your teacher because then he will need to accept no. But at the same time, a woman's reproductive rights are her responsibility. It is between her doctors, her medical team, and herself. This is nobody's. You do not own my body. Until you can suddenly show me the deed, oh, by the way, we own this, it's none of your fucking business what I do with it.
My she tends to go on platitudes on a lot of things where, again, like you've got actual real life examples. And also she's going to talking like the stats don't match up
No, that's the
with
thing.
what's actually
I was
happening.
talking about the actual cases.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be being used
Yeah.
for birth control. It shouldn't be used for gender selection and eugenics. And I was calling out that stuff. And I was also saying that we have to stand against the people who are trying to make it hard for people to get medical ones when they need them.
Yeah.
I was actually arguing for a centrist point where we can find common ground and work together on it.
Mm-hmm. I
don't think she listens. When she decides she disagrees with me, I don't think she's listening.
No, she gets locked into a point of view, and it's like, that's, good luck trying to break through that, because we are the medical team. Usually they're not a medical team. It's somebody at Planned Parenthood.
That's the problem I was talking about. If these need to be done, I have people I know who are going through that. And look, I believe in the pro-life argument overall. I also don't think we can stop them.
No.
And I've got people who are going into that, and I'm telling them, look, if you can't convince her that she shouldn't do this, please, dear God, take her to actual doctors. Do not use these clinics because they're not meeting medical practices. They're not taking good care of women. They're dangerous shitholes, and they're going to cause serious issues to people. Yeah. Please don't take her to these clinics. Not saying, oh no, I'm going to make sure she can't do that or so. I'm saying make sure the girl's safe if she's going to do this. And what I was calling out was very specific issue that was happening.
Yeah.
And people who were being forced into them, which is not about her reproductive rights.
It's a matter of literally being dragged, kicking and screaming by whoever.
That's what I was talking about in that discussion, which she obviously didn't listen to either.
No.
I was talking about women being forced into them. I was talking about women having them done to them against their wills. I was talking about clinics doing them that aren't meeting medical standards and don't have proper care for the woman if something goes wrong. And that's the stuff I was talking about.
Because I'm going to be going back to back. This is what is going on now is not much better than back alley shit, okay?
Actually, in some ways, it's worse than some of them.
Yeah.
I have seen some hell clinics. Kermit Gosnell was what they portrayed him as.
Oh, God.
So was Tiller the baby killer. They were horrific serial killers who hated women and hated children. We can call out
I had
monsters.
a hysterectomy. I can't have children. What are you going to do? Throw me into a concentration camp because I can't squeeze out kids?
What?
And then there's the whole climate change issue.
Okay, we'll hold that for the thing. But yeah, we could also go back. Well, you can't. Therefore, you don't have a vote in this either, really. If you're going to say, I don't have a fight because I can't. Well, neither can you. So guess what? We're both out of the fight. If we're going to use that kind of logic. Yeah.
Where does please don't kill the kid equate to now you better have children or else?
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't know that I can't have kids, and the only time I managed to conceive it, lost it, right?
Yeah. It's a but
I mean, she says I'm a nice person, but she's misrepresenting every point in every discussion we've had so far.
I don't think she's really listened. Okay.
You know what? Guess what? We fucked up the planet. She's fighting back, and nobody wants to accept this. So I'm tired of hiding my opinions to keep others happy. We're all going to have differing opinions.
Have we ever discussed climate change?
I have said that there is some false science being taught in the environment. I've never actually gone into climate change.
Yeah.
And I was saying that as a tribal naturalist. Now, half of the shit they're claiming in climate change is false, but we are affecting the earth. We are doing damage, and we do need to clean up our acts. And I've always said that.
Yeah. I think it's
I live a more naturalist lifestyle than almost everybody that touts believing fully in climate change.
Another thing is like the climate change. Climate changes all the damn time. The climate's never the same.
Again, she's linking most of your arguments with me, and these are things that I argue with you about.
Yeah.
This is confusing the heck out of me at this point.
Oh, I know. I think if anything, like I cite the case of Lake Erie. That lake was, you couldn't sustain any kind of life in there. It was a toxic waste dump. give it, clean up some, get it, and it's a fisherman's paradise now. Nature has a way of healing itself far better than we can do. But also, it's like,
I'm a conservationist. I work with animal rescue and care. I work with cleaning up parks and lakes and stuff. I've been calling out factory farming and the abuse of animals in it and the mistreatment of how they treat the environment in crop harvesting and vegetable production for years. I'm very vocal about these things. Again, I think she's just mixing both of our viewpoints together as one, and I don't agree with you. I'm not on the spectrum with you.
She wants to be a good liberal. Like what being a good liberal now is not what you used to be. And
be a good liberal. Then realize there's the centrist and somebody who's more right here. And we could come together at the center points where we all agree.
And I kind of go with the Reagan thing. That what my is really what once upon a time was classic liberalism. Leave people the fuck alone. Government, the government's best governs least. Leave the people to themselves and leave everyone else alone.
She listened halfly to the comment about driver's license. I said they're not technically rights. They're defined as privileges because they can be taken if you misuse them. I also said we need to clean up the system and how they're misusing and going after people. And we need to heighten the punishments for actual criminal offenders on the roads who aren't being punished.
Yeah.
I did not defend what was being done to her. And I did not defend just blindly revoking people from having that function either.
Yeah. I could really be snotty. When I came back from California and we still had Republican leadership and Republican governor out here, I turned my license. I got another license right off the bat. I took one written test and that was it. What do we got now? We got far left governor and taking over the damn thing. The Californians are taking the entire thing. And this is what you get when you come back here.
But
congratulations. These are your guys doing it. Not mine.
Okay. See, I'm actually trying to show where we have common ground here. She just didn't understand what I said.
Yeah. And again, for the record, I'm being a bit facetious there.
She might not have understood the British accent.
Steamy?
Not now.
Stick a dildo in it, sweetie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not now. Okay.
We really are. Do I think there's a lot of change that needs to be made? You're damn right. Do I think all these wars going on around the world right now are justified? No. I
agree on that.
Don't. These are autocrats who have decided that, I'm just going to keep wagging my dick in the air and hope to God a bird doesn't land on it. So
I'll give her credit for that joke.
That would be quite a image, though. Okay.
I'll give her credit for that comment. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but
this is why she needs to talk to me, because she's hearing half of what I say and she's assuming things that aren't at all the point I took on any of these.
Oh no, she does a lot of here's half a point and then goes off on a tangent. That's not what I meant. Back that the fuck up.
That's not at all what I said on any of these topics.
Yeah.
And I have never asked her to hide her viewpoint or her religion or culture or anything.
Yeah.
I have allowed her to talk about stuff that I morally don't agree with because I don't believe in censoring that stuff.
No, half the time I think she thinks I look at The Handmaid's Tale as a documentary and a how-to guide. No. I think this is definitely not, but I also think Margaret Atwood is a flaming nut job. You think this could actually happen? No. Okay.
If people don't want to be my friend because of my true and honest opinions, that's it. It's what the hell ever. And you know what? Right now, right here on camera, I am declaring my religious preference. And if nobody likes it, oh fucking shit. Everybody expects me to comply and to be there and to, oh, I'm so sorry. Da 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 da. Well, guess what?
And stuck it right back under her shirt. And notice one of them, there's a pentagram, but also one of them is a ghost logo. It's a band logo. Okay.
And also, I said I don't like music that bashes on people's beliefs. Any people's beliefs, by the way. I specified that carefully. I don't like Christian artists who bash on people for not being Christian either. I did not say that I have a problem with them having that viewpoint. I said it's not my thing.
I think if I still had that.
Even when she said, because you hate them, I said, no, I don't hate them. I'm just not into that. I was specific on that for a reason. I'm just not into that
And her
because
being
I
such a-
don't find a connection to bashing people for having
Mhm.
different viewpoints than mine.
And her being such a simp for the band makes it an easy target for jokes. So
Yeah, that's called
yeah,
taking the piss out of each other. That's what
Yeah.
friends do.
Now I'm going
Mhm.
to comply to the tenets of my religion. I'll give compassion to those who deserve it, and those who don't deserve it, I'm starting to pull the rug out from underneath you. So I just don't want to lose my friends of 20 years because of the incident that happened yesterday. But at the same damn time, how much more oppression am I supposed to survive underneath everybody around me because I have to hide who I am?
nobody's oppressing you. For Christ's sakes, I'm sick of tired of hearing that word. God.
I know, so am I. No, nobody has once asked you to hide who you are.
God, unless you're being hauled off to a fucking camp, no one's oppressing you. God.
You're
And yes,
calling the fact that you felt uncomfortable talking about your religion around us oppression, but I never told you couldn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're going her experience in the school. I went through the native school system that was literally murdering the kids and trying to force convert them.
Yeah.
We are not the same on this.
Yeah, slightly different thing. Her situation was because her grandparents were in the system, a local thing they tried to keep. No, yours was systematic. It was designed to do what you did, what they did.
Yeah.
A little worse. Yeah.
They're not the same. Sorry. With love. I know you've been through a lot. We are not the same on this.
Yeah.
And
this is the shit I missed.
Pretty much.
None of this shit really happened.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is she came in and said something about the school system. I added some points about it. She stopped answering, so I tried for a little while to get her to respond, and she basically went, I muted you as soon as I made my point, basically. I didn't think you were going to go off on a tirade. And we said that's really rude and disrespectful, and she threw a fit and rage quit.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 of the times it was not the tirades, like trying to get her attention. Are you listening here? Hello?
A lot of the time was just trying to see if she was talking.
Yeah.
I wanted her opinion on things. I asked her opinion on things. I asked things about the other schools.
It's basically Mackie being Mackie. Okay. Again, so, hey, at no time, and none of the times the blow-ups you've had, have I ever thrown her out the thing. It's always her storming out. That I'm done, and and then wait a few months or weeks or whatever. And she comes back. I'm sorry.
And where have I ever told her to hide her face?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one's pissing me off because I've never done that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have said from the beginning, I don't believe I can try to make people agree with or share my beliefs and my culture.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear about other viewpoints. I like studying all the different religions and thoughts in the world.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing is that when I was working at the bus drivers, one thing that I would do is I take the tarot deck and I just play solitaire with it. Because this is the basis of the standard, playing card deck.
Okay, honey.
Swords begin spades, club, spades begin clubs, hearts, cups with
honey.
What?
Have you ever told Rosetta about how we met her?
It was at a pagan meetup. Yeah.
And is that going to chase me off?
No.
In fact, I have literally told my husband earlier that when I'm going over some of the geek topics I go over, I censor myself out of respect for you guys to not drag in Christian shows and bands and stuff into the debates on these. Because I'm trying to make it as universal to all of us as possible.
Again, I grew up Southern Baptist.
And that's not because I think any of you would have a problem with me talking about it. It's my trying to be respectful to other people having a right to not agree with me.
I used to have a whole passel of contemporary Christian albums. I had just about everything Amy Grant had and a bunch of David Neese and Keith Green and something. So I'm not unfamiliar with this. I was actually listening to this crap for a while. We've been to a few concerts.
But I've never tried to imply to anybody that they need to agree with my viewpoints ever. And I've never tried to tell people you can't talk about your faith or your beliefs on my air. I will talk about mine too, but I've never said that. And if she felt that was a pressure there, then it was a complete misunderstanding of anything that was ever said because I've never said that.
I mean, there's an element, I keep going back to Dave Chappelle. Bitch, you clicked on my face, okay? I didn't go seeking you. You came here.
That's the thing is she's got
Yeah.
to learn one thing.
Yeah.
When you're doing videos and streams, you have to adhere to the channel host.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you
That's
think
yeah.
sometimes it's unfair, because ultimately they're the ones who are in charge of moderating the conversation, controlling everybody, and choosing the topics.
And if something goes weird, it's not her channel that gets knocked. It's mine or Rosetta's. Whoever, probably both if we're both streaming at the time.
And yes, in this one, she said yes. They thought I was this word, and guess what? That word's a no word.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so yeah. There's times I'll stop people because what they're heading towards is a big red flag on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've had to study those and learn them because my channel gets scrutinized more than some others that are monetized.
When I was running Wolfenstein earlier, so that you got Uncle Adolf right there, as old as brass, and not swatch it ever. It's like, oh, fuck it. Yep, we're out killing yappies here. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I love the band Ghost. I will talk about the band Ghost until I'm blue in the face. I love the Bohemian Free Spirit. I will do that. I am a practicing Satanist. Fucking accept it right now, or get the hell out of my world. And also, do not go on a 10-minute rant over a 30-second conversation, especially when you're not letting the other person have a say that, I'm sorry that happened to you. But this.
Yeah. Again, a lot of that 10 minutes was trying to get your fucking attention because you had muted it. You were not listening. You don't know what the hell was said.
Do I sometimes need to state a paragraph and put a thought process together for a couple minutes and then ask for a rebuttal so I can get the thoughts out while my brain remembers, because I have severe brain issues? Yes. Does that mean that I just diatribe and won't listen to others? No, that's never been the case on my air.
No.
Because we've had plenty of arguments. And how much have I actually stopped and let you go off when I disagree with you?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll make fun of it after you're done, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you do the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
We take the piss out of each other constantly. That's what makes it fucking fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also, it's
I'll
also
agree with that.
Don't go into someone else's chat trying to dictate terms. Okay.
Y'all are like
ultimately,
you want to do it, you run your own stream and you do it the way you want.
It's ultimately my house. I choose the stuff. And yes, I take shots at her when she makes everything about Ghost. I've also let her talk about and ramble about the band several times. But yes, when she comes in and we're having conversations and she instantly starts talking about the band, not now.
Mm-hmm.
Not every conversation needs Ghost, especially when we're having other conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But she often comes in and changes topics on us when we're in middle conversation. And I usually roll with it and let her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try to want to hear things from the guests. I want their opinions. I want to hear things they're involved in.
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't try to make it all about yourself, like a certain someone who got into sales permaband.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can wrap this one up here.
This is what happened to me. What, you think that every other school in America is perfect? Guess what? No, they're not. They were willing to throw me under the damn bus to protect.
Where did I ever say any school was perfect?
When did anybody say that? God damn it.
My tirade, I said all three school systems are flawed. These are pluses and minuses. Again,
by comparison,
if you're going to complain about the opinion somebody's taking, listen to that opinion.
Yeah, don't mute it. I mean, by comparison, my school experience is apparently Shangri-La, and I still got complaints. Okay. I think my teacher should have pushed a little harder. I would think Bobby needs to be put in an advanced program. No, really, he does. You got to waste. Not like underachiever was a new word in the late 60s, early 70s. So no, if you don't put him in there, he's going to be falling behind because he's going to be bored out of his tears. Please put him in the advanced program. So what happened? I'm lucky I graduated high school after 12 years.
When they found out, we're just as pissed off. So that's the end of my little morning rant. I'm going to go have another fucking cup of coffee. I don't even feel like eating because of all this bullshit. And if anybody needs me, my phone's on, but I can't promise you I'm going to goddamn answer it. Especially since there's probably not going to be any apologies involved. Whatever.
No, I'm not going to apologize because
No.
that's not what happened. And I wasn't
No.
doing anything to
Mhm.
her.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm not going to apologize because I didn't go after her. I didn't attack
Mhm.
her.
No.
And I've never tried to censor her religion. So, no, I'm not going to
Mhm.
apologize for that because that's not what happened. That's not what was
No.
said.
Mhm.
I will apologize if she ever felt like she had to censor her beliefs around me because
Mhm.
that could be a misunderstanding that she may have interpreted something I said in a bad moment that way. I will
Mhm.
admit that that could have been a misunderstanding, and I'm sorry if she ever felt that way, but
Mhm.
I never did that, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
Mhm.
If she wants to come in here and actually go over that video and actually find out where she was
Mhm.
wrong on a lot of these issues with
Yeah.
me,
Mhm.
then we can have the conversation, and I can say I'm sorry for how she interpreted things.
Yeah. I've told
And
her
I'm
she
sorry
is
for the
welcome back.
times, and I have told her sorry for the times I've
Mhm.
snapped and yelled. Literally sit there and go, oh, hormone therapy. I have medical and mental conditions. She's
Mhm.
the one who's talking about places not being willing to work with her being autistic. I have multiple mental conditions, and they're pumping me full of hormones that throw that entire balance out of whack.
Mhm.
That's not a quotation mark issue.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, we were
And
having fun last night with the accent going weird, but there's serious things going on here to causing all that. So
yeah, it's this is why I pull away from people all the time, because my
Mhm.
issues are treated like they're just delusions.
Mhm.
Or it's oh, you're just wanting to get away with acting this way. It's like, no, I genuinely don't have full control. I genuinely have serious issues. I'm not going to apologize because we didn't push her away. We didn't drive her out. We didn't attack her.
no.
She came onto my stream, brought up a topic, and when I tried to have a conversation on the topic she brought up to give her respect and actually allow her to have a
Mhm.
debate, which is outside of where I usually will allow conversations on my channel,
Mhm.
she went, I don't want to hear it. You're not agreeing with me, and muted, and then sat there and said on there, I muted you. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, that was just
And that was extremely rude.
yeah.
Yeah.
That other host just would have banned you outright. You know, it's like what?
And I still don't want to. I want to
Mhm.
figure out why she felt like she had to censor herself around me.
Yeah.
I've never said
Mhm.
that. Not
Mhm.
once.
Mhm.
Well, I gave her anti-werewolf pills today. She, that renewal come in, so her own hormone treatment. So hopefully that starts kicking in. She realizes, okay, maybe back that off a little more than it.
How about come in and have an actual conversation? Because obviously you haven't been listening to the points I've been making on any of these topics.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's espousing me more to the hard right views that you state on a lot of them than what I've actually said.
Frankly, my views aren't that hard right in the first place. She's taking
They're harder than mine.
Harder than yours, but not as hard as she's saying they are.
No, but she's equating me to closer to your viewpoints than my own.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a reason I've said I'm recovering feminist. There's also a reason I say I'm a recovering Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I hate both.
Yeah.
I call out the fake alphas as much as I call out the feminists. I don't like either side.
Most of my stats I'm making to her, that it's not that I think this is great. Okay, I put Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was not it was lousy law to begin with. Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that, and it's like
and it was judicial activism.
Yeah, and it's like the reason why states go nuts because it's been on hold for 40 fucking years. And the states have finally gotten, and they're going a little overboard. Okay, this should have been handled back in the 70s.
I got into abortion debates on my interviews while I was doing them with Tom, with Gentry, with Orange Hat, with all kinds of people, all of whom I disagreed with on some level because they were either on the harder left or harder right viewpoint of it.
Yeah.
All of which, when they got into that topic, I took the opposite side automatically to make them defend their position. And even argued things that go against my ultimate decision and my beliefs on it. To see if they could defend their position.
There's one of the detransitioners I'm following and occasionally chat with. She said, and I'm not going to identify her, no need to go pig piling on her, but talk about how she's had a couple of abortions since coming out, In her case, her mental state is such. No, she does not have the. She is not in a situation to deal with even being pregnant, let alone having a baby.
And
So in
I
her
have
case,
also talked about
I have no
we
problem with
need,
her.
we
Bob?
absolutely need to make it easier for women to have the choice to get their tubes tied if they really want to.
Yeah.
We need to make that easier, because the fact that a lot of these women who don't want kids can't just choose to take themselves out of the gene pool so they don't have to do it is also repugnant.
Yeah.
The fact that the average adoption costs are $250,000 and the average abortion costs are $300 is fucking bullshit, because that's not choice either.
No. Anyway, Steph,
That's
you're about to jump down my throat on something.
Oh, I was just trying to, get you to let her make her point before she forgot.
No,
That's okay. I was kind of a little interrupting him, but we both kind of were.
we were there. I was trying to. I can dodge around a bit and let you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I
I do
said, in
have-
this girl's case, it's like no. In your case, I support your decision there because no, you do not. But you should not be having kids at this point.
Yeah. I do have one other point on an abortion. There was something I heard about from my ex stepmother, my half brother's mom. It was about a lady in Washington State who would use her medical coupons, which is what we had at the time. It wasn't just like state Medicaid or anything. We just had these medical coupons that we could use for appointments and stuff. But she would use her medical coupons to get an abortion anytime she got pregnant as a form of birth control.
Yeah, that's just
that pissed me off.
Yeah, see, that's the stuff. The shout your abortion crowd, the people who are proud to do it, the people who will intentionally wait later in the pregnancy just to spite the whole idea of life. And those are a thing. And I'm sorry, but there is a point where they're intentionally and maliciously killing a life because they hate life. But the fact is, when I made the argument on the issues in the abortion industry, I never made an argument whether or not women should have the choice or not. I was arguing against the groups that are using that choice to abuse women, give them shoddy medical care, or take that choice from them in the other direction. This should be something where everybody on both sides can come together and go, no, that's bullshit. That should never happen.
So I'm going to reply here.
Come in here and talk to us, because none of what you said in that ramble is any of the points I made on any of those topics. Have a real conversation. Don't get this hurt feeling where you rush off and cover yourself up and hide the second we say something you don't like, because we can't have a real discussion with you if you're not telling us how you really feel.
Sounds like a big misunderstanding.
It is,
Pretty
but
much.
I'm getting frustrated because I'm the one who got attacked as all hell on my own stream just for trying to join the conversation that she brought up when she joined. And B is being painted as being intolerant of her faith and all this other stuff, none of which has ever been true.
Okay, so it just.
And I know she's a longtime friend of yours.
Yeah.
And where did I ever say? I never even said she wasn't welcome on our channel. In fact, when she did that, I said, come back. This is not a serious issue.
Yeah.
And I said repeatedly, come back. This is no reason to rage quit. There's no reason to leave people. When we talked about it in yesterday's stream, I said, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing said there. Nobody was attacking her viewpoint. We want her here. I wasn't throwing her away, and I would never encourage you guys not to be friends with her.
No,
I'm not that kind of person.
After the crap we did to get her out of Denmark or out of the Netherlands.
And when you were going through that, who was the one who was helping you fundraise for her?
Yeah. I mean, that was our little mini Dunkirk there, trying to get her ass out of Europe.
And the one who was sharing your stuff and even donated money to you to help her was me.
Yeah.
Or does she actually know that part?
Don't know if it came up.
Because if people actually heard the arguments I make, I hate both sides, and I'm very vocal on that.
Mhm.
And I am very against hard black and white positions on much of any topic.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of made-up science in what they're promoting as global warming. I have made those comments. I've also said, but we're damaging the environment, and there's true things that have been misquoted as well. And we need to straighten up how we're treating things. And we need to clean up factory farming. We need to clean up the whole crop harvesting system. We need to fix the broken farming in Iowa here where it's causing a fish die-off of millions upon millions every fucking spring. And we need to fix all this shit. And we need to clean up our act. We need to fix this whole system with these wind turbines because the way they're building them makes no sense. It eats up so many metals. It takes so much heat and so much work to form that it's creating a massive tax on the environment to even make them. And then they are killing birds of prey, rare birds, other animals, because they're painting them sky colors and blending them into the scenery.
Because the people that want them don't want to have to look at them, you know.
I've worked as a technical writer on solar projects my husband did. I've researched most of these issues on renewable powers, electronic cars, all this shit. I'm not completely against that stuff. I just think we haven't perfected it. And I just think it doesn't work everywhere because in some of these states, there's no possible way for the infrastructure to exist. Nor is there enough money to support it. Because we don't have many people. We don't have much system to hold it. And we have massive amounts of land. You know? And all these people that always go, well, these states use more tax dollars per person than these ones. It's like, you realize most of that money is spent on the interstate system so you guys can drive through us and call us hillbillies and treat us like shit? And it's not us using that money, it's you fuckers. I was trying to be in a good mood today, and I still am. But I really, really get pissy when people take me out of context and claim I was taking positions I wasn't. And I wasn't taking those positions. I have a problem with the argument it's her reproductive health. There's 2 lives involved.
Yeah. How about the rights of the baby? You know,
there's another life there, and I've seen these people who will literally argue that it's not really a baby unless the mother wants it. I've seen people argue for what they're cheeky calling post-birth abortions, where they're literally saying the parents should have the right to kill the kid after birth.
Yeah, that's infanticide, guys.
These arguments, it's not really life, it's not really a soul until it hits the age of accountability. It's like, you're fucking monsters.
Yeah.
And it is a slippery slope.
Yeah, at that point, we're talking eugenics at that point, yeah.
Yeah. I don't oppose medical ones. I oppose eugenics. I oppose the abusive systems. I oppose that shit, but I don't oppose medical ones. I never have. Never have. And in fact, I have both friends and relatives who've been through medical ones. You know, I realize I've been working in my outreach with high-risk pregnancies, sexual abuse victims, and other stuff for most of 20 years. I've dealt a lot with the people who didn't have a choice or who making that choice cost their life.
Hi, Iron.
Hi, Iron, sweetie. I don't take this lightly.
No.
And if she'd actually listened on that discussion when we were talking about the issues with both pro-life and pro-choice, she would have heard that I was talking about the fact that the one done to my godson was done against his mother's wishes. That's sure not about the woman's rights.
No. And the fact the kid survived, you know.
How many of these people even realize what the legal term born alive means?
Mhm.
because it's a very simple sounding term that doesn't really mean much to most people if they don't think about it.
Mhm.
This is saying that the kids who live through abortions and are outside of the womb breathing air should not be legal to kill.
Mhm.
That's what it's about. Born alive children are the kids who have survived abortions and are breathing air outside of the womb.
Yeah.
That's a really low fucking bar to meet to say, yeah, we need to protect them.
Mhm. And a lot of the attempted bans on abortion, really, it's like once the kid reaches a certain level of development, you're no longer talking a lump of cells. You're talking a human being with certain rights need to be protected by the state. Okay.
And are there still some
Yeah.
unfortunate medical cases where they're still learning in the womb, but we don't have the means to save that life, and you can't save both? Unfortunately, there are. They are not the partial birth. They are not the ones at the final stage.
And that's why you can't just go a total blanket ban. That's too much the other direction.
And
like
in that conversation we had about abortion, I actually called out the fact that Iowa wants to make it harder to get certain medical ones. Didn't I?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, that gal in Texas, it was basically being however, whether it was doctors afraid to pull the trigger or the state actually saying something, I think probably wants the state to no, you can do it. And the kid's dead already. But no doctor wanted to pull the trigger and make her carry it full term.
Yeah, it's something I don't think I've talked about before. My half brother was actually not the first time that my stepmom got pregnant. There was a pregnancy before that, and she started miscarrying, so they had to do a D&C on her.
And that also, by the way, which has been miscategorized, bothers me, because there's a difference between they do the D&C during a miscarriage, which is what they're talking about there, versus an actual abortion. Do people know what a D&C is?
I don't know what it stands for, but I'm guessing the
dilation and curettage.
Yeah, the baby's aborting itself already. So yeah.
Well, it doesn't even always require a baby in the womb to do one. Literally, what it is there is something grown, polyped, scar tissue, tumors, that has embedded itself incorrectly into the woman and is trying to kill her, so they have to go in and remove the dead and dying tissue. It is actually not a fucking abortion.
No.
And classifying it as one, I had a fucking D&C surgery for the tumors I developed under the PCOS. I wasn't even fucking pregnant. I'm not classifying that as a fucking abortion.
Yeah.
They literally removed tumors and polyps from the outside of my female parts.
Yeah, just because you're kind of using the same mechanism doesn't mean it's the same thing.
So while I understand to some degrees on all this, a D&C is not technically under the definition an abortion, because you're removing something that's either dying or dead.
Yeah.
Or is a growth that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
It's not the actual ending of a life or removal of a viable baby.
Yeah.
That's where I have issues with how they're trying to classify that term.
Yeah.
I didn't even know at the time. It was later, dealing with the doctors, that I found out. Part of my polyp was part of the baby I miscarried that I didn't know I was supposed to have.
Yes.
That embedded into the side of my uterus for approximately a decade. That'll get you.
Yeah.
Actually, about 8 years, but still. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. The thing is, I didn't know I had PCOS because they weren't doing the proper tests. They weren't finding out what was going on with me. And so, yeah, the PCOS and the damage from the sexual assaults actually caused a miscarriage, and it embedded inside of the uterus. So I found out years after the fact that I lost the baby.
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm.
And it still bugs me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
And
get
it's
it.
years after that fact that
Yeah.
I could talk about it now, but
Mm-hmm. Mm.
the healthcare system for women is a joke.
Yeah.
The whole OBGYN system is a fucking joke. The way they handle us, the way they treat it, the way we're
Yeah.
often dismissed as our pain. Oh, it's not that bad, or it's not that serious of a condition. I was fucking bleeding out in the hospital, and they went, "Oh, you're not bleeding enough that you really need help."
Idiots.
The healthcare system for women is a
Mhm.
fucking joke.
Yeah.
And it is. And it's not
Mhm.
just in the US, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it needs fucking fixed.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I get incensed sometimes.
Mhm.
And this is why I'm very adamant, don't misquote me on this.
Yeah.
Because I've seen too many cases. Look, I had a friend who went through a lot of stuff. And in fact, part of why I am very outspoken against girls and boys clubs and youth and family services is because they enacted a zero tolerance for any girl in their system to be pregnant.
Hmm.
This means that when she showed up at the center pregnant from,
Mm-hmm.
they literally told her if she didn't abort, she was being expelled.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
They kicked her out
Mm.
because she wouldn't have one. And the horrible, ironic part of that one was also that she was about 2 months later in a car accident that ended up causing her to have to have an emergency one to stop the hemorrhaging to save her life and end up losing the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But they kicked her out because she wouldn't do what they wanted with the baby.
Fucking hell.
But guess what? Not everyone, but gets pregnant by rape wants to blame the baby.
It's like, look, and I get that, and I don't think we should make them. Even most people who are pro-life don't think we should make them illegal in those cases
No.
for a reason.
Yeah. Most of the laws in the books, I think you really dig hard to find a state that doesn't have an exception for rape and or incest.
There isn't one yet, but there are a few people who
There's
actually
people
do
trying
to
to
make it.
But every state always has exceptions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have worked with so many cases and so many people, and I've seen so much horror in this department.
Mm-hmm.
And I was incensed as hell
Mm-hmm.
when Girls Club did this, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And this was right around time I lost my granny
Mm-hmm.
when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Now, I was supposed to be getting this award
I gotta look it back.
for all the outreach I've helped do, for all the things I was involved in with the city, all the stuff. I was supposed to be getting this big award. Great, good student, you're awesome, we love you thing.
Uh-huh.
And there was supposed to be this big public to do and giving me the award in public, all that. And I went down and I told them, I can't do this because it's the only day that we can have my granny's funeral. They revoked the reward and the award from me because I wouldn't go to the ceremony, and you're not allowed to get them if you don't go.
Grief.
Assholes.
Yeah.
I was 15. I walked into the center and I got off a string of obscenities that probably can still be heard in outer space and told them to go fuck themselves and walked out.
Mm.
After I ripped the fucking check that was supposed to be part of that award out of her hand and shredded it in front of her and threw it in her face.
Mm.
Woo.
Yeah.
So let's point out, yesterday was not a rage quit. That was a rage quit.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, Schmoopy.
Yes.
could you come fill the water bottle?
Hold on.
And while
God
Steph is here
Damn it.
and Bob's off, I'll continue this a little bit.
Knocking
So
shit
to
up.
the one who went through all this, who A, ended up pregnant that way, and B, ended up losing the kid and having to get one later because of the medical emergency, I supported her on both choices. If she wanted to keep the child that she was forced into conceiving, by the way, at 14, that should have been her choice. And if somebody wanted, and if she was in a medical position where the doctor couldn't save both lives, and what it was literally he couldn't. He had to take the baby out to get at the parts that were hemorrhaging to stop the bleeding.
I picked up a pizza.
Then I defend her on that too. That was not her killing a child. She had no fucking say in that moment. She had no choice because that kid was going to die either way. The only difference was whether or not he could have saved her life. Most people on both sides of this debate are rational people who want to minimize what's done, who want to minimize the harm, who want to minimize everything else. That's the truth. Most of us just want to protect as many lives as possible.
Oh,
I go quiet a little bit, so does everybody else.
yeah.
I get a bit pissed when people take me out of context on things that I'm actually really deeply involved in and really have very intricate and very intentional viewpoints on because of what I've witnessed, been through, seen, and helped people through. What I was calling out when we had the discussion on the pro-life and pro-choice was the people who are using the pro-choice side to take that choice from women. And the women who are not having their choice and their safety respected in it.
Yeah.
That's what I called out.
Yeah. I think the late Rush Limbaugh said it best, you know.
Yeah, I am pro-choice. I just prefer the choice is life.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that before.
It's just, this is a really hard thing for me when I heard that brought up. It's like, no, first of all, that's not what I said. Not at all. I've been very clear on this many, many, many times. That's not what I said. It's not what I stand by. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
So let's find the place we can work with.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly not pissed that she has different viewpoints. I'm pissed that she took mine out of context. I'm pissed that she's acting like we attacked her yesterday, and that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't attack anybody.
Yeah. The first time she gave up on being friends with us, she didn't contact us again for years. In fact, it wasn't until we were in the middle of our homeless period that she finally got back in touch with us. So, it's like, I don't know.
What caused that blow up was I had posted a picture probably of a couple of teachers and taking the kids on a field trip, and then a couple M16 slung over their shoulders. But this is why you don't have school shootings in Israel. She exploded on that one. What? Like we're talking Israel. This country's been in a state of constant war since the time it was founded. Yes, damn right.
And also, the first attempted school shooting on U.S. land as we were forming the country was actually in the late 1600s.
Yeah.
In what is now Massachusetts. the ex-boyfriend of the teacher tried to come in and attack her and the students to try to pay her back for breaking up with him.
Mm-hmm.
And when he did, he got chased out of the school and shot several times in the ass by the students with their rifles that they take with them to get to and from home safely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they have buried this in the history book so much. Actually, I had to look up old documents from Massachusetts to find it.
I think it's all big thing. You know the song "I Don't Like Mondays" from the Boomtown Rats? That was a kid girl went to school shooting because back in like mid-70s.
Everybody run.
Like that,
The homecoming queen's got a gun.
Well, the thing is, they asked her why, and that was her excuse. I don't like Mondays. Bob Geldof heard about it. They wrote a song. They're one. That's their signature tune. I don't like Mondays. Yeah.
The homecoming queen has got a gun. Debbie's really having a blast.
Yeah.
She's wasting half of her glass. Let's see him make that song today. I mean,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But like when I was in grade school, we had a few more than our shares of fire drills because some of it wasn't a drill, because someone had called it a bomb threat.
I've seen those in that
So
time too.
It's not like it was idyllic time for again, by comparison, I didn't get abused. Mild neglect because again, parents didn't take the advice and put me in an advanced program. No, they kept me in the rest of the class where I got bored shitless.
But that was a parent issue, anyways.
Yeah.
Look, as I talked about, there's good and bad in every system.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really tired of people saying, well, you can't use your own experience to talk about issues. It's like, no, that's how we learn.
Like, what the hell is this going to use?
Guys go, oh, well, that's anecdotal. It's like, all statistics start with anecdotes. It starts with stories of things that happen to people and becomes an average and numbers.
Yeah.
That's how statistics are fucking formed.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, enough anecdotes actually, okay, I think there's something going on here. Now, I think in that discussion, I think my mother probably holds sway on that one because she's a teacher. She should, okay. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm still remembering the story you told.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
I'm still remembering the story you told about when she was asked to, substitute a class that was teaching, about AIDS.
Well, yeah, and the teacher was going off on the God's wrath thing and no. So my Bible thumping born again mother had to try and the proper scientific method here. Of this, it's a
the
one, and but no, it is not God's wrath for being gay. Stop that.
Yeah, it turns out the guy just didn't want to teach class, so
so hand it off to Little Page. She'll do it. Let's see what she does with it. Surprise.
And I don't like when the arguments people make with me are like completely contrary to everything that I'm saying and arguing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, look, we don't have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
I like my viewpoints challenged, people.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. I sent her a link to this, but I figure she's not going to watch. She's going to catch it afterwards. And I said, skipped about an hour and a half in,
I'm absolutely stunned by that video because none of those are the positions I ever took on that stuff. I'm really absolutely confused by that.
And not really much resemblance to mine either. So,
And I'm not angry. I'm hurt a bit because I was friendly. I was kind.
Yeah.
But I'm not angry. I'm confused.
Going off on the two-party system. I don't particularly like it, but that's also just a fact of reality. They just form. Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's it's had a right or a left since the forming of the country. It's been Federalist versus Democrat Republican, and then they went away and the Whigs came in, and it's either side, went to be on one side or the other. And the Whigs went away and the Republicans got formed.
That's because people are sheep and fucking stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or go back to the Simpsons episode with the freaking Treehouse of Horror when the aliens replaced the candidates and went, what are you going to do? It's a two-party system. You have to vote for one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to them enslaved building a missile to fight another planet going, why do we have to do this? Don't blame me. I voted for Kang.
No.
I remember that episode very well. I remember the opening when Homer first gets abducted.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Please, don't eat me. I have a wife and kids. Eat them.
Oh, jeez.
That's what it said in the episode, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you also argue like the 2 point. Recent history in Britain shows that multi-party system ain't much exactly better because you got the vote coalitions in here, and it's like nobody can get anything done.
Exactly.
So it's going back, over there, Labor and Tories. Okay.
Fuck what's A and fuck what's B. Another reason not to be British.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like the Liberal Democrats had their chance, they kind of fucked that one up. The SNP
before you fuckers came over here, most of our systems were simple. The leaders of the fucking tribe were the people who committed the most acts of bravery and honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go to that system again?
I don't know.
Because I'm tired of all these two-faced douche canoe sucking twat waffle politicians.
Yeah. I keep sending DMs to, or sending messages to Nigel Farage. And, you get much better if we just come back to the Tories and take it over. Forming a new party is going to take too damn long. Just take over that. That's what certain presidents have done past. Because both parties left to their own devices, don't give a shit. I guess the old Will Rogers thing, not a dime's worth the difference between the two of them when they're left alone. You got to have somebody come in and shake it up, and then you finally get some stuff going.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like you look at some of these people in politics and in different countries, and you look at them and you think, is that really the best in the entire country? That one person is the best they can put forward?
Well, it's not that's the kind of people that politics attracts. Yeah. Regular people who do the best job don't go into politics. They get their own tries going. That's what I think. There's a little more to it than when William F. Buckley said, "I'd rather be ruled by the first 100 people in the Boston phone book than this lot in Congress." It should be like jury duty.
Yeah.
Don't vote him in. No, your turn. You're off to Congress for a couple of years.
Could you imagine if that happened and they put me on a tour into the government?
I imagine, they get people who don't necessarily want to be there. So it's like, get the shit over with. Get me the hell out of here. Get me back to my life.
Could you imagine them dealing with somebody like me?
Oh, yeah.
He said they're going, imagine it. Fuck, I want to see it.
It could be fun.
Oh, yeah.
How fast can the red system be fixed? Okay, well, let's see if we can set a land speed record here.
First of all, you fuckers, shut the fuck up and get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I want to help people. I want to find common ground with people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you say I'm a nice person and then sit there and misrepresent everything I fucking said.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. I'm trying so hard because she is your friend and I care about her.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing. I care about her. I sat there with don't fucking leave. This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And tried to get her to come back yesterday. And it's like, no, fuck. There was nothing to fight over. There was a stupid reason. You brought up a topic. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's not a situation where you said what needs to be said and it's over. No, it doesn't work that way. You brought up the topic and we're going to discuss it.
I will say,
Your word is
I'm
not the final word on it.
speaking as an autist here, even. Please bear this
Mhm.
in mind as I say this. It
Yep.
is an autistic trait to not want to listen to anybody's fucking opinion but your own.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. With love as an autist, it fucking is. Because I have the same opinion where I'll start talking to people, and every so often I'll state my opinion, I'll lean back, and they'll start talking, and I'm just sitting there going, "Do you know how to fucking shut up? Why the fuck would anybody care what you think, douche?"
Yeah.
It's not right. It's
Yeah.
petty. It's immature.
It's human. Okay.
It's like
That's how most women are anyway.
Yeah.
no,
Watch it.
no. Actually, statistically, often it's more likely men are going to stonewall conversations than women. Women will talk you death till you wish they would stonewall it, so they'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Get it right.
But yeah, but then again, one of the smartest things Bill Maher said: human beings are not nice people. Yeah.
And Bill Maher has said a lot of stupid shit that you can
Yes,
base
he
that
has.
on too, including some really horrific comments he's made about people that puts him in the not nice category.
Yeah. But once in a while, they'll stumble across a, okay, that's good. I'll write that down.
Once in a while, he'll stumble across broken clock syndrome.
Yeah.
And I literally just got tongue-tied and said crock. And as soon as I said it, my mouth went, "You dumb fucker."
No, lately he's been falling back into the stupid shit. Like he's there, oh, the economy's doing great. No, it's not. Okay. On a grassroots level, it sucks. It's gonna be Pauline Kael all over again. I don't know why everyone I know voted for McGovern. But those are the biggest landslides in American electoral history.
I have tried really, really hard to explain to a lot of people these very issues, and there's reasons why it frustrates me so. We can't find a common ground if you stonewall the other side once you state your opinion. If you're okay, I said my piece. I don't want to listen to you talk. I found it interesting. I've made a few points on both sides. That's where you go, okay, well, we can have a real conversation on this.
Yeah.
Well, assuming you listened.
Which she, by her own admission, didn't.
That's why I was sitting there going, why does she keep saying what we said when she already told us when she left that she muted and wasn't listening? Why is she offended that we got mad at her for doing that? I can get a little mad. I wasn't yelling and raving at her.
No.
But I was a bit pissed off that she was disrespectful to me on my stream and openly said I didn't want to listen to you on your stream. Because, yeah, that's rude. That's really rude. That's like going into somebody's house, saying something to them, and then going, oh, I don't want to listen to your opinion on this issue, though. Shut up.
Then what are you doing on my living room eating my food?
I go on a lot of streams with a lot of people. The standards and the rules are different on every stream. When you go to somebody's stream, you adhere to their rules. Would she like somebody coming into her channel, her post, her house, whatever, and getting on her case because of her autistic issues and how she communicates with people? Or getting mad because she sets terms for how to communicate with her because of her issues?
Or if I had to go in there and start trying to do an Earl Roberts, revival meeting going on,
Because that's the other part. She's like, I'm not going to hide my religion. I never asked you to.
No.
I do say we don't need to always talk about Ghost all the time. I did say I don't care if you talk about the band. But she's literally derailed many conversations to make it about the band when we weren't talking about music at all. And that bothers me because it's my channel and I'm actually trying to address topics and the chat.
Yeah. It's like, shall I counter by start talking about the Beatles?
Please, God, don't.
Yeah, exactly. Could.
I also
It makes
find
me
them
smile every time you
overrated as
mention
well.
Ghost, because I swear I thought she went paranormal. I really did think she was talking about like literally paranormal, spooky ghosts. Not a band.
No. No, it's a Swedish metal band. That's
It's a
taking a
satanic
whole
death metal band that likes to take cheap shots at religious people wherever possible. And imagine that on the board of a church. I don't fucking like them. Even though if it was attacking other religions, I also wouldn't like that. In fact, I was calling out what the vegan teacher did for attacking and harassing a Muslim for being Muslim when he was working as an Uber driver. Because what the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you want to walk? Shut the fuck up.
She's sitting there with a camera in his face, berating his religion and saying, "Do you think you'd be like this if you'd eat animals if you were raised Christian?" And she's not even Christian; she hates them too. And I'm sitting there going, "You fucking bigoted bitch!"
Could you be a bigger twat? Come on.
And have I not defended people? Of pagan, of Wiccan, of Muslim, of Jewish, of all these other cultures and religions at times. I'm consistent. Respect people's faith and religion and lifestyle as long as they're respecting yours.
I've never known you to have a problem with anybody.
No.
As long
Not
as
on
they're
those
not
grounds.
having a problem, as long as they're not causing a problem, I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah.
That's my general rule of thumb. It's a pretty good rule of thumb. In fact, I like that lifestyle.
The old line for static. The comic. Don't start none, there won't be none.
Like, I never told her to hide her beliefs.
No.
I'm sick of being unable to share what I believe. It's like, that's never happened.
No, that's a self-imposed limitation you put on yourself. Yeah.
I would never do that to anybody. Even if your beliefs fly in the face of mine, and I can go off on what the Satanic Church is and why I can't stand it. I would never say that you don't have a right to that opinion, or you can't wear your religious symbols or stuff if you're on my air.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was outspoken against the twats here in Iowa who went down and vandalized the Satanic Temples display, with which they actually did petition legally to put up.
Yeah.
Do I think that it is a moral thing to put up? No. Do I think it was absolutely repugnant that they were, this is horrible? It's like, well, the law was written that every religion has a right to put up a display for 2 weeks if they petition the state. So they have equal billing and equal time being heard.
Yeah.
You have a problem with that, change the law and stop any religion from promoting themselves in the state capital. And I'll support that because I don't think they should be in there. But as long as that law exists, and as long as other groups are taking advantage of it, they have every fucking right to as well. And to sit there and go down there and vandalize their property is morally reprehensible and makes us look as bad as them.
Yeah. Now I can see they're trying to make a political point. We'll see how they like it when we tear down one of their statues. It's you're on shaky ground there.
Yeah. And I called it out and I stood up against it. This is one of the ones I've taken on as a fight. And I was getting threats and messages and posts on Twitter telling me, you don't like it, fuck off and leave Iowa. And for some reason, they didn't like it when I said, okay, give me the money to leave, bitch. Because this state's worth jack shit anyways. A bunch of fucking inbred farmers who think they're fucking intellectuals. And let's talk about Cedar Rapids. Medium-sized city that has delusions of grandeur, wants to be a major city, is full of fucking twat bags who think they're so brilliant. And it's a fucking ridiculous place. That's what happens if you take stereotypical inbred flatlander farmers and make them try to act like city brown yuppies. Do you think I like living here in the middle of that?
Brings to mind, Gene Wilder's line in Blazing Saddles. These are simple people, the people of the land, morons. And
honestly, that opinion usually bothers me. because I grew up rural. I know better than that. I know
Yeah.
how much intellectualism goes into being a
Mhm.
farmer and rural and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
hmm
But these people in Iowa, they're not firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. They're abusing the privilege.
And they're mad at me because I said that's wrong. They're like, no Christian would ever say that we should allow this stuff. It's like, wow, you really want to go there, do you? You really want to go there, do you, bitches? I defended the Satanic Temple having a right to that display.
Mm-hmm. I direct
and
you
I
to
spoke out against the people that vandalized it.
Yeah.
And this is documented that I did it.
I direct you to the U.S. Constitution, First Amendment.
The thing that you
Congresswoman.
fuckers came over here and mass murdered us to try to create.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's get the quote right here.
I stand up against government when they try to interfere with churches as well. And I don't think the government should have a right to tell churches you can't talk about anything that's considered political.
First
I think that's
sentence.
an absolute violation of our rights.
Let's see. First big clause here. Let me just pull it up here. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting free exercise thereof or abridging freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people to peacefully assemble or to petition the government for redress of grievances.
Many of those which they are currently violating towards churches.
Yeah.
They are
And I
absolutely
think,
trying to control our speech and what we can do. And
Mhm.
they're actually saying that we shouldn't be allowed to work in government or do government petitions and stuff if we're work in a church. It's like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, we no longer have a right to be a part of the system if we're religious, is what these people are pushing right now.
Yeah.
And I speak out against that. And I defend both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I will continue to do so. And I will continue to be pissed off that I was portrayed as anything other than that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I can the Bill of Rights, especially, but much every amendment for the most part, it's like should have a little. Think of it as a little add-on there, and neither should you. Don't imply the government. We can't do it. Neither should you. Frankly, we're gonna make a law against it, and neither should you. Right to keep marijuana should not be infringed, and neither should you.
I want more people to be respected. I want more freedom to win. I want more rights to be upheld. I want more people on all sides, including those who I am morally opposed to have a right to stand. And now I have to look up a quote to make sure I get it completely correct.
And I forgot how to get the second monitor hooked up and working.
The part in which I actually disagree with half of the points he made in the speech, but there's a part here. There's one paragraph in the speech from the American president that I use in reference to this all the time. Do you know what it is?
I never saw the movie, so.
America isn't easy. America's advanced citizenship. You've got to want it bad because it's going to put up a fight. It's going to say, you want free speech? Let's see you acknowledge a man whose words make your blood boil, who's standing center stage and advocating at the top of his lungs that which you would spend a lifetime opposing at the top of yours. You want to claim this land is the land of the free, then the symbol of your country cannot just be a flag. The symbol also must be one of its citizens exercising his right to burn that flag in protest. Now show me that, defend that, celebrate that in your classrooms. Then you can stand up and sing about land of the free. I like that part of the speech.
Once in a while.
90% of what he said in it's whiny liberal bullshit, but that is right.
Yeah. Sorkin hits on things. A Few Good Men. When Jack Nicholson's going off in his rant about, we live in a world, again, he's trying to portray him as a psychotic, but he's not wrong.
That part of that speech is basically my code of honor and how I deal with speech and rights of others. I will argue with you all day fucking long. I will call you an idiot. I will call you a douche. I will mock you. I believe in the Monty Python's argument sketch for full on in life. Let's do it. but I will also defend your right to be pissy and argue back at me and say things I don't like. I hate Rogan. I hate Whoopi Goldberg. I stood up for both and said they should be fired or censored. Because I'm consistent.
Okay, let me just pull it up again.
And while there's issues with the American President movie, that part is fucking golden.
Mm-hmm.
That paragraph is what we should be striving towards, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in the same paragraph where he's defending the Constitution, he wants to ban guns, so he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
which is why it doesn't quite work, but
yeah.
I can like parts of the movie and acknowledge the good in it and still criticize the bad.
Yeah, this will has a cheer. You know, the whole you can't handle you can't handle the truth was actually an ad lib from Nicholson because wasn't it just I want the truth and son that's what they're going to speech, but
And considering what I was just rewatching the other night, I'm hearing Jim Carrey's spoof of that and Liar Liar going, I can't handle the truth.
This whole thing where he goes, it's like, son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as a backbone of a life that's defending something. You will use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide and then questions the manner in which I provided. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand up post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to. Yeah.
But yes, that speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a reason I remembered that part well enough. I went instantly to it. That's my viewpoint of freedom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will stand and defend at the top of my lungs who I would also oppose at the top of my lungs.
Mm-hmm. I think the First Amendment was not there to protect. Speech we like doesn't need protection. It's the ugly, repugnant stuff that needs to be protected. So usually, Or at least not instantly, airdrop, or airstruck. Like, no, hold on. Let's see if they have something to say here that's worth hearing. Don't just automatically, it's hot. An old line from Fair and Lovely in Las Vegas, even a werewolf is entitled to a legal defense.
I just get tired sometimes.
Yeah.
Feeling like I have to constantly defend who and what I am and what I actually believe.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody fucking hears it in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to argue with me. I love getting my blood going. I love an argument. I live by Monty Python's argument sketch.
No, you don't.
Ooh, yeah.
No, you don't. I'm sorry. It's the 5 minute. It's the 5 minute argument. The 10-minute.
Well, it was never 10 minutes just there.
Yes, no, what?
Oh no! This is getting hit on the head classes.
I came in for a good argument. No, you came in for an argument.
Yeah, good was not promised in what he was told, by the way.
Yeah.
A course on an argument
Mm-hmm.
was the only thing he was promised. They never said it would be an intellectual argument or a good argument.
No, just games. No, not. Yes, you are. Of course, first story goes like, shut your festering garbage tit, you type rid of me, you vacuous coffee nose bad. Just perfect. Well, I don't know.
Oh, well, this is abuse.
No, that song, that second. Oh, sorry.
Stupid git. Of course, this discussion is not helping me get Steamy to shut up teasing me, is it?
No.
I've been good lately
Of
for the last 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, well, me and Bob have been ranting and you couldn't get a word in edgewise.
And quoting Mighty Python of all things. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you couldn't get a word in edgewise. I was in rant mode today.
Mm-hmm. I think it should be noted that the theme to Monty Python's Flying Circus was The Liberty Bell by John Philip Sousa. Okay. So even that's not entirely British there. I mean, pulled from John Philip Sousa, for God's sake. The Meg Bread, Red, White, and Blue. Director of the Marine Band. Those kind of layers whenever they do like the Capitol Fourth, the big, the bands, the fireworks going off the Capitol, and some nitwit just, besides Star Trek Forever, they slip in the Liberty Bell, and it's like, why is everyone going at the end? Why are you giggling? This is Big Jack. It's Monty Python Flying Circus.
Did you ever watch the movie My Fellow Americans?
I think it was run in my presence. I was in and out. I didn't actually sit down and watch it myself, but I caught parts of it. I think we have it.
It's a really good movie.
Kind of inherited the VHS.
It's funny as hell. It makes fun of both parties and all that shit. Mm-hmm. There's whole parts there.
Mm-hmm.
You're a whore. Admit you're a big whore. Name 3 women in the District of Columbia you didn't bang while you were in office. What am I talking about? Name one. Screw you. Blow me. That was in a funeral they were having that conversation.
Oh, God.
You need to watch that movie.
Mm.
If I could ride 600 miles with my hands around a lesbian's midsection, I could take on Tanner. After that ride, I'm changing my opinion on an important issue. The military could use them ladies. They had in it, he was riding with a very notorious lesbian biker gang called the On Bikes.
Uh-huh. Starts with the D. Yeah.
And it is an actual biker gang.
It rhymes. Yeah. Figure it out for yourself. Dick Van on bike. Yeah.
It very, very much rhymes.
Jimmery. Oh, Lord. Let's see what my analytics are looking like these days.
So,
back to 1372. It's bouncing around a little bit. But stand above 1370 subscribers, right? So, yes, all the people screaming, "Oh, stick to Star Trek." Hey, my numbers don't lie, guys, okay? My audience has grown when I'm doing this other side thing, so fuck you. Okay, now.
I was going to say, so I could see how easy it'd be for me to play that movie for you because I have the DVD.
Yeah, but, offline, I think,
Yeah, well, look at how long we've been going.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it was originally supposed to be a continuation of the Curmudgeon movies.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Lemon and Matt Powell together again.
That grumpy old men thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it ended up being Garner and Lemon because Matt Powell was going through some medical issues at the time.
Throwing
And
Dan
then you've got
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd in it,
Mhm.
yes, and Lauren Bacall, and it's actually a very funny movie.
Yeah, no, I've seen bits of it. So yeah.
See if we can do that though.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to call it a night, guys.
Oh,
Catch
okay.
you all tomorrow.
All
All
righty.
right,
Have fun there.
Talk to you later. Right.
All righty.
you too. So let's end this, and I'll get my husband's attention and see if he can help me do that.
Okay. Let's check on the thing here.
Bye bye. Uh-oh.
What we at?
Sorry, Charlie. We're ending.
Yeah, you got here just too late. Yeah. However, this will stay up, so you can pick up from the beginning and watch me unboxing my latest acquisitions, and then we do a dissection on a incident that happened the other day. So happy viewing, kids.
Still confuses the hell out of me.
I know. Yeah.